Hi friends, it's Liz. I'm out on a walk while I'm on a break at school, and it's a pretty nice evening. It's not too cold anymore, so I can wear a light jacket. And I just wanted to check in and talk a little bit about my plans going forward. I will have my next appointment with the doctor on next Friday, the 27th, and I guess we'll have to decide, am I going to move up to 5 milligrams or stay on the 2.5 milligrams? I can't really count my chickens before they hatch as far as how much my loss is this month. So far, I'm down about 4 pounds. Yeah, almost 4 pounds down since February 27th, which was the last time I had my appointment, but I take my shot on Mondays. That was a Friday. So I don't really know when to count my loss from at this point, but I think it's all going in a good trajectory and it's okay. Like now that I'm below 100 or below 200 pounds, I know that the rate of loss is going to slow down. I'm working out, so I'm eating more. I'm making sure my calorie deficit is, not too severe, not too extreme. I think it was a little bit high in the first couple of months just because I was adjusting to how much I could eat. But I've definitely recalibrated after my meeting with the dietitian to make sure I'm getting between 14 and 1500 calories a day. So yeah, that's going well. So I think that's maybe contributing to why my rate of loss has slowed down. I don't think it's that the 2.5 is less effective. I think probably it's just because I've made the necessary changes to make sure that my rate of loss is healthier. I'm also working out like 3, 4, maybe this week I'll get 5 workouts in. So my amount of muscle should be still maintaining. I don't know if I've made any gains so far. My at-home body composition scale has me still like maintaining what I have, but that's also really good to just keep the same amount of muscle. Something that the dietitian did recommend that I have started searching, but I'm going to ask at the next doctor's appointment, is to do a DEXA scan. If you've been watching GLP1 creators for a while, you probably have heard of the DEXA scan. It's like the bone density test. There's a little bit of radiation from it, so not something that I necessarily want to do a lot, but I think I'd like to do it after I've been working out for 3 months. I could do it any time. I think the cost is probably around $60 from what I can tell, but I don't know if I can do it at my hospital or if I'll have to go to some clinic in Seoul. Not exactly sure how I'm going to get a DEXA scan done, but that's definitely something I will ask about at my next appointment. But I think I'd like to do it at the end of May. Just kind of an arbitrary choice there, but after 3 months of working out at Curves, that'll be, I think, some good timing. I do have access to the in-body at Curves, which shows higher muscle mass than my home device. So I'm really not too concerned about the muscle mass. The visceral fat, I am curious if my at-home body composition scale reflects my visceral fat mass correctly compared to the in-body. Like the in-body and my home scale are pretty much on par with each other. So there could be some additional information that I can get from the DEXA scan. I know the in-body scales are, 98% the same data as a DEXA scan, but to know what my bone density is will also be good. I'm not 40 yet, but I am aware that perimenopause is on the way, so I should really be making sure to protect my bone density and my muscle mass as much as possible. One other thing that my dietitian recommended was to do a blood test to check my iron and my B12. I think it might also include, I don't know how they do the testing of vitamins here, but it might also include vitamin D testing and zinc. I take a vitamin D supplement every day just because I have had severely low vitamin D in the past. And so it's just something that I've been doing to maintain my sanity a little bit. Winter is dark, as long as you're not near the equator. Winter is dark and we don't get enough sunlight. I'm also very Irish and pale, so I hide from the sun as much as possible. Like always wear sunscreen, wear a hat, carry a parasol. I really make sure to protect my skin so that way I don't turn into a lobster, because that's often what would happen if I am not careful around the sunshine. So yeah, that'll be the next request at my doctor's office. DEXA scan. Can I do it there, or where do I go? And let's check my B12 and my iron. So yeah, those are the plans going forward. And yeah, do I stay on 2.5 or do I increase to 5? I really wish that we had access to the quick pens, because I think if I did, I would try to increase to the 5 a little more slowly, like figure out how many clicks to get 3 milligrams or 3.5 milligrams, because going from doubling it kind of scares me a little bit. I know for some people, like, increasing actually reduces the impact of the side effects, but yeah, I'm a bit nervous to go up to the 5. So I also want to ask, I don't know if the pharmacy could tell me, but if and when South Korea will get access to the quick pens, because that is a very attractive option when I'm considering titrating up and trying to do it a little more gradually, like over the course of like 6 weeks, getting up to 5 from the 2.5 instead of like just making that huge jump immediately. Like, yeah. So I don't know if they're going to be getting the quick pens in another month or two. Maybe I just stay on the 2.5 until a quick pen comes, and then I can get the 5 and work with my doctor to make a plan on how to titrate up gradually so that I can mitigate the symptoms. So we'll see what happens there. I can definitely keep you up to date and informed about those things. But yeah, so far so good. And my husband's doing well. He hasn't had hardly any gastric side effects at all. Like, he was even able to go out and get a burger yesterday, and he's like, it's the end of his second week on Mounjaro 2.5, and he's had like no diarrhea, hardly any constipation, maybe just like some large bowel movements. So good for him. I do have to remind him to make sure to eat 3 meals a day. Don't skip meals. I'm like, darling, please don't do that. But yeah, he's lost a little bit already after 2 weeks, so it's an effective medicine for him, and we're trying to convince my mother-in-law to also try it out because she's struggling with the menopause weight. So yeah, things are going well. The family's doing great. Our foster cat is still hiding and hissing even when I'm putting food down for her, but she does come out like in the night. I see her on our pet cam, and like when my husband was out doing a grocery run today, she did come out as well and go sit in the window where I can see her on the pet cam. So slowly but surely, Ringo is going to join the colony in our house, and hopefully she will accept the humans as well as the cats. I'm so surprised that Marshmallow has accepted her. Seemingly Marshmallow has like zero problem with her. Like, it was a rough 3 weeks when we got Bixu originally, but it seems like Marshmallow's like, the more the merrier. And as far as Bixu, in the night he does protest a little bit. He goes meow, meow. But I calm him down, and he comes upstairs and he sits in the position as our protector at the top of the stairs to our loft to make sure that Ringo doesn't try to come up into the sleeping area, which she's definitely not at that point yet anyway. So I don't know what he thinks she's going to do. She's such a scaredy cat. But yeah, they bring me so much joy. And eventually Ringo will realize that she's in a safe place. But she's been in the shelter and had a fail foster experience of like a week or 10 days a few months ago, and so she's dealing with some trauma, and so we're just letting her be. So that's the cat update, in addition to the GLP1 update. I think if I keep talking about cats, it's going to get real boring for some people, so I will sign off here. Have a great day wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye.